Week 9, game number 2 brings us to Dungeon of Dracarys Coliseum for a matchup of two 4-2 teams. It is the Mexico City Aztecs taking on the DC Dragons, and we are high above the field here with the Dragons outside, the players and crowd inside. I'm Chris Curtis saying hello and good evening alongside Eric Vincent. Eric, how you doing?
Good, Curtis. We got a great matchup tonight, my friend. Both these teams, we're more than halfway through the season. We get to start talking about playoffs. Playoffs? Are you kidding me? And these teams they're firmly in it, man. I mean, Mexico City, they're going to have to win this one. Otherwise, they might drop to third with a loss. And DC, I mean, with the exception of Pittsburgh, who are starting to kind of crawl back into the picture, you got 4 teams in the North Division that are rearing to go and ready to take that one. So we'll see how it all pans out.
A couple of competitive divisions on display tonight, the South and the North, as we get things underway. DC is going to get the ball first, so we'll see Shabazz synergy and that DC Dragon offense to start things out. Kicking from right to left is going to be Chaz Blackwater. This ball is up in the air, and we are underway from our nation's capital. This is going to be from the 2-yard line, returned, and get it out to about the 24-yard line. Sam Harrison on the return. Eric, let's talk about that offense for DC. Shabazz synergy, Kevin Say, one of the best quarterback-halfback combinations. Sam Harrison is the other halfback. Chuck Stellar gets a decent amount of action at the fullback spot as well.
Yep, absolutely. And Shabazz has been taking care of the football. His QBR, best in the league at 90.8 coming into this week.
Good. They do have a negative turnover differential, but that may change depending. 1st and 10, DC with the football. Handoff. Kevin Say through the middle. He's got a good way to go right up the gut. 7 yards for him on the first play, and it's 2nd and 3.
Yeah, and a good opening play here for the Dragons, and shout out to Lord Destro himself for another beautiful uniform special tonight. Those are looking clean.
They are.
But yeah, Kevin Say, 7 yards, that keeps him ahead of schedule on 2nd and 3.
That's the smoothest gradient I've seen in numbers on uniform. That's fantastic. That's Harrison up the middle trying to get the first down. He will get close, and it's 3rd and inches. Wide receivers for DC, it is wide receiver Ronnie Shanahan, Connor Weston, B.E. Robo, your triplet of wide receivers, and then they've got 2 tight ends. Lauren Percoco, that is Shabazz Synergy's favorite target, and then Jay Hayden as well. I formation, 3rd and inches. See if they go back to the run here. Kevin Say is in the backfield. They may go to Stellar here as well. Like I said, he does get a decent amount of action. 4-3 look for Mexico City, and it's a QB sneak. Synergy, not going to matter. He's going to take it himself. That's a first down.
Well, you named 2 out of the 3 options that could possibly run the football there, Curtis, and Shabazz did a little okey-doke on all of us and decided to keep it for the 3 yards.
He'll take it, and that's a first down. DC moves the football and moves the chains. They have it at the 37-yard line. Another 4-3 look from the Aztecs. Working some man-to-man. As Kevin Say through the left side off tackle, he will get 4 yards, and a slow, methodical drive, it seems like, is DC's plan going forward, at least early on.
Yeah, and they dominate time of possession. Tops in the league, over 22 and a half minutes is what they hold on to the football clockwise. So this is definitely going to be their game plan against the Aztecs.
Pitch play, that's Chuck Stellar on the pitch, and that didn't go very far. 3rd and 8, loss of a few. And you say that DC, a lot of time of possession, that's because a lot of their offense does not revolve around the quick strike. A lot of it is methodical, move the ball down the field 10 yards at a time kind of play like you're seeing here.
Yeah, they moved away from the Lauren Percoco heavy offense that we saw a season ago and decided to focus more on that triplet of running backs that they have back there. So nice season so far for DC, but tough opponent tonight in Mexico City.
3rd and 8 blitz coming. 2 unprotected. Throw over the right side. It's caught. Oh, what a dot. And that is going to be Connor Weston with the grab. First completion of the game for Synergy, and it's downfield for a first down.
And that's what we're seeing differently from Shabazz this season, is that he's able to take care of the football and locate his receivers a lot better than he has in seasons past. He goes ahead and throws that football in one-on-one coverage, only where his receiver can come down with it. Weston with his 31st catch on the season.
25 yards downfield. to the 39-yard line, 1st and 10. Synergy to throw over the middle. Got a man, and that is caught to the 10 to the 5. And down at 1st and goal, it's Lauren Percoco. More correctly, got a woman downfield, and she's got the football.
And look, Percoco isn't exactly the focal point of the offense any longer, but she is still a matchup nightmare. You see her drawing John Osiris there on one-on-one coverage. Shabazz recognizes it immediately and hurls the ball downfield her way. All she had to do was rumble down the middle of the field.
That is her making a living right there. Lauren Percoco on a linebacker of anyone's choosing, and I'll take Lauren Percoco in that matchup. That's through the middle on the run, and that is Kevin Say getting a couple. 2nd and goal coming up.
And that's the DC offense in a nutshell. They like to focus on running the football, keep the time of possession high, keep the ball in their possession, don't give it to the other team, and they'll find those passing attack plays where they can.
Heavy I formation look, goal line defense set. That's Shanahan out wide. And Synergy trying to sneak it forward, and he will not get there. Loses nothing, gains nothing. That's a big-time hit. Creates a key 3rd and goal for DC.
Yeah, Tritz blew that one up originally and had absolutely none of it. He saw it, recognized it from the play earlier in the drive, and sets up a 3rd and goal.
There we go. Key 3rd and goal as well. This will be a handoff, nothing doing. Kevin Say gets taken down in the backfield one more time, and that is going to create a 4th down scenario. John Fowler credited with the stop. 4th and goal and a kick coming.
Yep, he was coming through on the blitz there. Easy pickings there with Say backing up against his own offensive line.
Middle of the hash marks for Caleb Richards. Snap good, hold good. Kick is up and on the way, and that's nothing more than an extra point. That's a 3-0 lead for DC, capping off an 11-play, 71-yard drive. It was good, and it was great up until it wasn't for this DC drive. They still walk away with 3.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is the type of ball game on paper that we were expecting, at least so far. You know, DC, they like to put up a ton of yards. They like to run the football. But Mexico City only allows just a little over 16 points a game on average. That's 2nd best in the league, 3rd best, I should say. So we're seeing how this game is going to play out on paper early on.
That is a decent return up to the 27-yard line as well from the wide receiver, Jared Dumas. And here comes 1st and 10 for the Mexico City offense. It's Jordan Sipe, 3 touchdowns away from 100 for his career. And Jacob Morrison, the tailback, along with Hall of Famer Ray Bentley, Buford Van Dam, who gets a little bit of touch from the backfield in the fullback spot. Toss play, right side. Ray Bentley has himself a 7-yard gain as he hurdles his way through head first and gets 7 yards out of it.
And 2 good starts for both rushing attacks so far, both 7-yard gains. And both these teams, they like to run the football. They like to put up points. We might see a shootout, and we might see a defensive slugfest. Time will tell.
2nd and 3 for Mexico City. They'll move into the offset I. This smells like a run. It is a run for Sipe. He's going to get a 1st down. He says, anything you can do, I can do better over there to Synergy. You had a QB sneak on the first drive. Sipe does it here.
Well, that's the other thing, too, is that both these teams are very similar in that regard as well, where they have running quarterbacks. Sipe, a little bit more of an active runner than Synergy is, but both these quarterbacks can take off and run and are a threat.
Nickel look on defense for DC. That is a delayed handoff to Bentley, and that is going to be a 5-yard gain for the running back there. Hall of Fame running back, 12 yards so far on 2 carries.
Yep, and very patient, and that's why he's a Hall of Famer. You know, just picking out where his hole is, hitting the gap, and getting what he can. Paid for it on the back end, though, with that big hit.
2nd and 5. That is the tight end, Bill Henry. They move out wide. Another handoff. This one is going to get close to the 1st down, and they will get it. 1st and 10, but an injury, and down goes the backup. That is Morrison, Jacob Morrison, down on the field. He has not moved.
Yeah, and that's going to be a big loss there. I mean, obviously you've got Ray Bentley, you've got Buford Van Dam. Both are talented backs. But Jacob Morrison is the, pepper to the salt, so to speak, for Ray Bentley. And I mean, he had a great run there to get the first down, so we'll have to keep an eye on him and see what the medical staff says.
34 Lamont Jordan is the backup for Morrison. We'll see if he gets some extra touches going forward. Play action for Sipe over the middle. That one's caught with one hand. Down the field they go, 1st and 10, and that is perfect for Jared Dumas, his first catch, first completion of the game for Sipe.
And that was a pretty catch there for the rookie. His 7th catch on the season. Looked like he was just in practice on the jug machine. Just reels that one in, cradles it with the forearm. Nice job there. Good spin move to avoid the initial hit. And that's an easy first down for Mexico City.
Yeah, got to finish your football move to secure that football. Mike Daggs and Ramos Lynn do not take kindly to turnovers. This will be a delayed handoff, and right back to the line of scrimmage they go. No further than that, and that is the backup, but it is not the backup that we thought we'd see, Lamont Jordan. That is 36, Jonathan Reese. 2nd and 10. Bunch to the left. 3-2 look on defense, looks like a dime. That's pressure coming, left side caught, and that is a hard catch to make and a harder throw, but they make it count. That's Jason Bartley, the wide receiver.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth, Curtis. I mean, on that rollout, it was an oh shoot moment for Jordan Sipe, seeing the free blitzer coming to set his feet and throw it the opposite way and still complete it. That's a clutch throw.
Noe Terrazas and Onus Adobe, along with or the other 2 people we have not seen, the wide receiver crew. That is Ray Bentley, who gets the first down and more. 1st and goal for Mexico City. This has been a drive and a half from them. All physical from these guys.
Yeah, and Bentley, I mean, he is a specimen at the running back position. 5'11", 215, able to move those big legs of his, those tree trunk legs of his, and get extra yardage after contact. And that was just a prime run for him to set up a 1st and goal.
See what they have for us. 1st and goal for Mexico City, trying to answer the DC field goal. 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. Nickel look on defense for DC. I formation for Jordan Sipe. Backs it up. The southpaw ready to throw it, but he's taken down instead. Back at the 16-yard line. Defense for DC standing up on that play. That was real nice.
Yeah, Kano Fortson, I mean, he comes off the line and does a nice job just weaving his way through traffic. Doesn't even get blocked. The offensive lineman can't even engage with him. That's Ocelotl there that couldn't even get the hands up to even get a block. And Sipe goes down easily.
Ocelotl with a real good try at the block. It couldn't quite get it done. 2nd and goal for Mexico City. 3 to the right for Jordan Sipe. They're outmanned over there is DC. Sipe to throw short, caught on the quick little mesh pattern, and that is 3rd and goal coming very quickly. Wow. 57 seconds to go and a key 3rd down for DC's defense.
Both teams only 1 possession apiece here in the first quarter. Might get that defensive slugfest, Curtis.
We were thinking about it pregame. Bunch right. Sipe rolls out, throws, and it's incomplete. Nearly had a shot at it, but that was actually nearly intercepted. 4th and goal, and they will kick a field goal.
Yeah, Highfield was back there, and I almost guarantee that this is a little bit of gamesmanship here from Lord Destro himself. Black uniforms, all black, and black end zones. I doubt that Sipe was able to see any defenders there.
23-yard try is up, and it is through from Chaz Blackwater, and almost an identical drive. This one 12 plays, 62 yards, and just about the end of the first quarter. But, man, Mexico City and D.C. matching each other play for play.
Yep, almost gives that heavyweight fight feel where, you know, both boxers just feeling each other out a little bit, and before too long, we'll see the haymakers come.
A lot of feeling out process right now between these 2 seemingly heavyweights in the standings. They played half their games at this point. This will be returned. The 10 to the 15, spin at the 15, and taken down at the 19-yard line is going to be the return man, Sam Harrison. 1st and 10 for DC. Their 2nd possession likely will take us to the end of the first quarter after this first play.
Yeah, and they took almost half the quarter up on 1 possession, and looking to do the same here. Like we mentioned, they'd like to hold on to the football. Time possession is key for this Dragon offense. They just got to make sure they punch it in the end zone.
2 to the left, 1 to the right. Throw for Synergy over the middle and incomplete. That is knocked away. Max Jackson has his first good play of the day.
Yeah, it's actually a second because he had a TFL on the previous drive there that knocked the DC offense off course a little bit. And then a big hit there jarring the football loose. Max Jackson, a Hall of Famer in his own right, 15 seasons in the SFL, 11-time All-Star.
Jeffrey Daggs back there, the other safety in the dual safety spot. 2 safety look back there right now for Mexico City. 2 in the backfield for Synergy. Throw over the middle, and that is incomplete. As he was looking over the middle on the post route, couldn't quite get it done, and it's 3rd down.
Yeah, you saw Robo there. I think he probably thought he could have thread the needle a little bit, hit him before he hit the safeties, that 3rd level of defense there. A little too much mustard on that one.
Another 2 safety look in the dime. 3rd and 10. Bunch to the right for Synergy. See where they go with this. Rollout for Synergy. Over the middle. That one's finally caught. 1st and 10. That is exactly what DC needed. 1st and 10 for them as they move the chains.
And this time Shabazz does find Robo on that rollout. And that's textbook rollout right there. Good clean pocket, offensive line, making sure that Shabazz is upright, able to set his feet, fire, and find a 1st down catch.
I will say that the DC Dragons uniforms look real, real good, but they are not blind friendly at all. 1st and 10.
Not colorblind friendly at all either.
That is going to be a stop in the, well, actually, they're going to say he got 2 yards. I think that was a generous spot, to say the least, but it'll be 2nd and 8 regardless.
Yeah, and that's going to bring us to the end of one. It's real quick. We hit the end of 1 quarter.
Yeah, this has been a fast-moving game. Just 2 possessions aside have been finished. It's a 3-3 game in DC. This is the SFL on Virtual Football Network. Chris Curtis, Eric Vincent in the broadcast booth with you. Welcome in to the 2nd quarter of play from Dungeon of Drakkara's Coliseum. Week 9, Season 24, game number 2 on the SFL schedule this weekend. Let's see what DC has for us. 2nd and 8. This will be a handoff. Not much to that one, as I believe that was Chuck Steller who got the handoff there. No, Kevin Say, sorry. 3rd and 10 coming.
I'm surprised that Shabazz didn't check out of that one. Once the defensive line for Mexico City checked inward to go ahead and block anything coming in the middle, I'm surprised that they didn't kill the play just like that and go to something else.
John Fowler on the stop there. Dime look. Synergy will throw on 3rd down. That is caught. That was way too easy to give it up to Connor Weston. 1st and 10. Dragons moving the football.
And early on, that's been the difference that I've seen, is that between these 2 offenses, DC doing a much better job up front with the blocking, specifically on these rollout plays. It gives Shabazz time to go ahead and locate the open receiver and throw a dime to him, and they're getting big plays off of those 1st down catches.
They do too much of that, though, that over-the-middle play. You're going to see the safety start to come down and try to help out, maybe get a little aggressive on that ball. That's going to be through the middle and a 3-yard carry, 2nd and 7. Sam Harrison's first carry in a while.
Yeah, and Harrison, much like his counterpart, Jacob Morrison, who we saw get injured for Mexico City, I mean, he is the counterback here, so to speak, for Kevin Say, and he's a hell of a second option.
Heavy eye look for DC. They'll move a target out wide. Pitch play to Steller. That's the 2nd time they tried that fullback pitch, and this time they get 2 yards on it, and not much more than that. Here comes a 3rd down on the other side.
Yeah, and they might want to shift away from that play because both times Max Jackson has sniffed that out immediately. It was a TFL the last time they tried it. This time, maybe a couple of yards, but 3rd and 5 here in no man's land, so they're going to have to figure out how to convert.
3rd and 5, handoff through the middle. Not going to happen. Make it 4th and 1. It's Daggs coming up to make the hit, and Kevin Say can't get the 1st down. 4th and 1. They have a decision to make here. It's prime go for it territory, but I think they're going to punt it away.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to punt it. A good stop there by Daggs coming up, making the hit, and good cleanup by Miller to make sure he didn't get the 1st down either.
That is going to be bouncing at the 9, and then out of bounds. Nope, into the end zone it goes. 1st and 10. back at the 20-yard line. Hey, you, yes, you, listen up. The convention we've been talking about for months, well, you better make plans now before flights get more expensive and work says you can't go. 2025 SFL convention kicks off the league's 25th anniversary season, July 10th to the 14th. Join SFL Nation at the rooftop pool of our host hotel, the Hyatt Regency. You can reserve your room now with a special group rate at simfl.net. Single back look, 2 to the left, 1 to the right for Jordan Sipe after the motion. 7:53 to go in this second quarter. Sipe downfield, caught, and that is a nice little traffic jam that was well run by Noe Terrazas, who brings that one in 1st and 10.
Yeah, it was good, crisp, clean route here.
Yeah.
Double poster there, just right over the middle of the field. Sipe was able to find an open man. Could have easily gone to Bartley as well. But that was a good route combination there for the Aztecs and a good first down.
Yeah, that was real nice. 1st and 10. Mexico City trying to get something done on what is now their second possession. Sight over the middle again. Bill Henry has a grab. 1st and 10 near the midfield logo at the 48-yard line. And Mexico City starting to move the ball.
And Henry is another one of those kind of sneaky threats that Sipe has. I mean, that's his 29th catch on the year. He's got a touchdown to his credit, but he's another weapon that Sipe loves to go to. And, it's Mike Daggs' team after all. Exactly. Tight end.
Yeah, Mike Daggs is over there like, my boy! 1st and 10. Let's move Bartley from right to left across the formation. Time ticking away on this play clock. 5 seconds left. Sipe will snap it. Looks to throw this. Plenty of time. Again over the middle. And he's got it again. That's a great throw to Noe Terrazas. One more time. Second catch of the drive. And they are in field goal range.
Both these teams, similar game plans on their second possession here. The only difference is that it doesn't look like DC has been coming up to play the middle of the field nearly as much as Mexico City has. We'll see if they respond before they can hit the end zone. But right now, Mexico City is eaten over the middle of the field with those passing attacks.
They are. Between the hash marks has been their target. Ray Bentley gets a carry, but he gets taken down behind the line of scrimmage. 2-yard loss. And maybe now they go back to the middle of the field.
Yeah, maybe so. I mean, Fargo coming in, making the stop there, almost as if he had the playbook, knew exactly where they were going with it, and made the stop there for a 2-yard loss. Puts Mexico City behind schedule, but again, they've been doing well between the hashes.
Tight end Bill Henry off to the right. Looking to throw this left side. That one's incomplete. Well timed by the defender to make the hit as the ball arrived. 3rd and long coming up.
Yeah, Daryl Bullock did a good job there, and that's what you need from your corners, specifically on plays like that, where you got a quarterback like Jordan Sipe who can go ahead and thread the needle on those tough throws with a couple free blitzers coming in his face. Good coverage there, didn't draw the flag, and now it's a 3rd and long.
3 all game, 5:53 to go in the second quarter of play. 3rd and long for DC, or for Mexico City, sorry. Trying to get it done. Pump fake. Sipe in trouble, and he's taken down. That's not going to get the job done. 4th and long. Mexico City likely to punt this away.
Sweet Christmas, Mike Wagner. That man has a family. Will you ease up a little bit, please? Oh, my goodness. Just absolutely pancakes Jordan Sipe coming off of his block there. And that's a very large man, 6'1", 350.
Yeah. He's not small. Not even a little bit. And he's going to hurt when he hits you. So 4th and long, they will punt this one away. Low snap, handled well to kick off to the left toward the sideline, and it will go out right about the 9-yard line, I do believe, and that is where the Dragons will start this next drive. This is an identical stat sheet in front of us.
Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ, just reading my mind. I mean, tit for tat. I mean, both of these teams just doing virtually the exact same thing offensively. Both drives stalled, second possession near the 40-yard line. Both teams scored had a long drive for a field goal. I mean, it's been great so far.
Those are clearly the same picture. That's a spin move and a stop in the backfield. 2nd and 11, stopped at the 9-yard line. And Yulia with the stop, 2nd and 11.
And the other thing that both these defenses have done well is that they've sniffed out the run game. I mean, a couple runs here and there for 6-7 yards, but overall, no big chunk plays from either Ray Bentley or Kevin Say.
Split backs look for DC. Another handoff. This one for Harrison, and he goes nowhere.
And again, the front four there for Mexico City, just making sure that there's nowhere to go. Harrison's another one of those guys that could go ahead and break it free. Not quite as speedy as Kevin Say, or shifty, I should say. But, I mean, you see them shifting in Mexico City virtually every play to make sure that they cover the interior of that defensive line.
Let's see if Mexico City gets the field position battle advantage here. 3rd and long for DC. 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Synergy looks to throw this over the middle. That's caught! That negates the field position battle all the way downfield for B.E. Robo, and he is down and hasn't gotten back up. That's a problem for DC.
Yeah, had Jacob Morrison go down with an injury for Mexico City. This one, the first one for DC, is Robo thankfully able to get off on his own power. But, man, he paid for it on the back end there. Clutch catch for him to hold onto the football through the contact.
That hurt for sure. 1st and 10, though. DC moves the football, and they get themselves a new set of downs. They have other targets on this roster other than Robo. Look for Shanahan and Weston to step up in his absence. Through the middle. That is a great run for Harrison, who gets himself a few, and that is a 4-yard carry. Keep getting 4 yards every time. They'll get another first down here soon.
And the running back rooms for both of these teams are going to have to do exactly what Harrison did just then. They're going to have to get yards after contact. They're going to have to slip through that initial defender like Harrison did there on John Fowler, one of the better linebackers in the league.
This smells like a run here against a 4-3 look. This is not a run. Throw over the top, right side, that's caught. Down past midfield to the 48-yard line. Connor Weston with his 3rd catch of the game.
And fooled just about everybody, including Mexico City's defense there. And the shame of it all is if Shabazz added just maybe a little bit more loft, Weston could have caught that in stride, and he was off to the races. No one was going to catch him, but still a great play there for the Dragons as they move into Mexico City territory.
Past midfield into plus territory for sure. This will be a look for Synergy. Throw, quick blitz, and he takes advantage of it. That's Shanahan's catch. Not Shanahan's catch. That's Weston's 4th catch, 1st and 10.
Yeah, and Weston doing a good job again. Yards after contact, yards after catch, hand fighting with the DB. That's Merrick Itera going down the field through his route and then avoiding initial contact. Great job there to work the middle of the field once again for the Dragons.
That is stellar placement as well by Synergy on the slant route, keeping it inside of his receiver and not overthrowing him. That's good stuff. Nickel look on defense for Mexico City. On the precipice of field goal range and a stop in the backfield. Just about had it for a loss, and it's 2nd and 10.
And look, John Fowler is a bad man. You do not want to cross that man over the middle of the field for that exact reason. No, anywhere really.
Just don't cross him. Just don't do it.
That isn't why.
That is through the middle. They get 2 yards of that back. 3rd and 8. Fowler with another stop, and no further given up by him. Here comes another key 3rd down for the DC offense. 5 tackles already, and we are just about at the 2-minute warning at halftime. Dime look on D for Mexico City. See what
just
DC
outside of field
has.
goal range here, Curtis.
Yep, they need it. Need some point, need some yards here. This will be a chance for Synergy. Over the middle, it's tipped in, incomplete. Nothing doing. Another one for Fowler. These last 3 plays have been all about John Fowler, and that brings us to the 2-minute warning.
And that's how dangerous that Fowler can be. He can recognize these plays, drop back into coverage, and make the play himself. That is why he is such a threat as the captain of this defense.
2 minutes to go. 3-3 game on VFN. DC going to punt this one away. Not able to get the job done. And they will try to coffin corner this. Fair catch called for at the 12, taken in there. And that is going to bring us to our next possession for Mexico City. A 3-3 game at this point. This has been an entertaining ball game.
Yep, and this is what we were talking about before we hit the air, Curtis. You know, it had potential to be a shootout. It had potential to be a defensive slugfest. Looks like it's going to be a defensive battle, blood, sweat, tears, all the way until the end. 2 scoring drives right away for field goals on both teams. Since then, we've had nothing but punts.
Bartley going to move to the left of the formation as well. 1st and 10. 5 on the play clock. Sipe will hand it off to Bentley, and he's going to get taken down behind the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 11. Both these teams, average yards per play, 1 and 3. Mexico City and DC, respectively, in the SFL. Just about 5 yards per play, and nothing doing by really either of these offenses so far. A couple of chunk plays, but the damage has been very limited. 2nd and 11. Throw, Sipe, caught. That's a great catch over the middle from Dumas, and that is a 1st and 10, 3rd catch of the game for Dumas so far.
Yeah, and the rookie showing out, making sure that Sipe knows that he is a threat in this passing attack as well. And a good throw there by Jordan Sipe. Threaded between 3 defenders over the middle of the field. Keeps the clock going. Mexico City still with all 3 timeouts.
Correction, 2nd catch of the game for Dumas. 1st and 10 for Mexico City. Sipe backs up, pressure coming, throws, nice little post route. It's Noe Terrazas in the open field. Is anyone gonna catch him down the sideline? He will score. Noe Terrazas to the end zone. Touchdown, Mexico City.
Man, oh man, we were just talking about how both these defenses, they haven't allowed these chunk plays, and I think that he just got a little greedy on that one. Tyler Highfield, the free safety, comes in and bites on that one hard, thinking that he can make a play and blow up Terrazas right then and there, but it was a good play there by Terrazas to focus on the football, catch it, and really after that, Peanut Say was the only one that could stop him, and obviously we saw how that ended up.
Man, Noe Terrazas just turns on the afterburners and puts this one into the end zone. That is up and good on the extra point. 3 plays, 88 yards, including the quick strike from Sipe to Terrazas. Gives the Aztecs a 10-3 lead with 46 seconds left in the half. All right, so DC now has 46 seconds to make a strike happen on their side and try to keep it tied going into the half. That is a return to the 21-yard line from Harrison. 42 seconds left, and remember that the Aztecs do get the ball at the start of the second half as well. So that creates a bit of an urgency situation for DC. They don't want to go down 2 possessions.
Yeah, we'll see how aggressive that they want to be here, Curtis. Again, that they like to focus on time possession, running the football, keeping the clock going. Yeah, right now, that is not what they're wanting to do.
It's a handoff through the middle for Stellar, and looks like they've decided what they're going to do, and that is going to be to limp into the locker room, a little bit wounded, but not dead. 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and I mean, with the exception of that one breakout play from Terrazas, I mean, they have done very, very well against the stout Mexico City squad.
100% agree with that. Both defenses have played exceptionally well. That's a catch over the middle. Not a lot to it for Connor Weston, and that is going to be a 7-yard grab. So 9 seconds left. That's going to take us into the locker room. A 10-3 slugfest, but DC didn't hear no bell. This will be a stellar second half, my prediction at least, as we go into the locker rooms. Eric Vincent, talk to me how this first half went. If it's any indication, we're in for a fun one in the second half.
Well, absolutely. And I mean, this is exactly the type of game that we were anticipating on getting when we saw this matchup, our second championship game rematch of the evening, season 5 championship rematch between the Santa Fe Gorillas, now the Mexico City Aztecs, and the DC Dragons. And like I said, with the exception of that one breakout play there from Noe Terrazas, both these defenses have played well. They have limited the rushing attack for the opposing team. Really no big plays to speak of, but both quarterbacks have been very strong and efficient, completing the passes where they can.
Both teams seem to like the over-the-middle plays, and that's going to be where my focus is. How aggressive are those safeties going to be? How far back do the linebackers play? That's going to be fun. We'll get to the second half in a moment. Let's take a break first, brought to you by Brakes GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
An Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
And on the other side, B Robo actually very well could be back, Eric Vincent.
Yep, B Robo could be back, just a sprained wrist. He's probable to come back. And in case you missed it, Jacob Morrison, he is concussed. He's in the concussion protocol, so he is going to be out for the remainder of the game.
That is going to be a 3-yard gainer up the left side for Ray Bentley. Then Mexico City, at this point, they're ahead. They don't really want to take any extra risks, so Ray Bentley is going to be the main bell cow, I have a feeling, of the second half, unless things change. Throw for sight, left side, caught. Real nice target on the back of Jason Bartley, who brings that one in 1st and 10 for the Aztecs.
Yeah, and maybe we'll see more of that. You know, Jordan Sipe just taking matters into his own hands, understanding that the run game is not quite where they want it to be, and he's going to take a few chances here and there. He's been known to be a bit of a gunslinger quarterback here and there. Not really in his DNA, but we'll see.
That is going to be a handoff left side, and Reese gets taken down. The backup halfback, 2nd and 10. Kev State Jr. comes up to make the hit.
And that's been the key for both of these teams is pursuit of the football. You know, they've been focusing in on those running backs. There's always been 4 or 5 different jerseys of the defense surrounding the ball carrier, and there hasn't been much doing on the run game.
Sipe backs it up, looks to throw, throws it short. And that is a catch and a carry of a defender. And that's exactly the physical kind of play that Bill Henry brings to the table, 3rd and 1.
Well, you know, in production leading up here, I caught Bill Henry on the squat rack in the team weight room there, and my man was easily squatting 350. Could have been 400 pounds.
And that dude can squat a dragon. That's going to be a nice run from Sipe. He's got a 1st down and more head-first slide past midfield, 1st and 10 for Mexico City.
And that's the other key piece, too, is that Jordan Sipe is a running quarterback. He's got over 100 yards rushing on the season. He's adding to it tonight with a couple of runs himself. And, you know, he's sneaky good. He will go ahead and find those holes where he can get them and get 1st down yardage when necessary. Mexico City very good about holding on to those plays only when they need them.
Here come the Aztecs. Pitch play off to the right. Ray Bentley trying to break a tackle. Does towards the sideline. He's going to get ushered out of bounds after a 4-yard gain. 10-3 Mexico City. They're having a very successful, it seems, first drive of the second half. DC trying to get the ball back. And it seems like Mexico City has kind of found their way into getting into the outlier armor of this DC Dragons defense. Handoff through the middle. Nothing doing there. Set 3rd and 5 coming up.
Fargo with the stop there, and a little bit of momentum in favor of Mexico City, especially with DC not being able to capitalize with the little bit of time they had in that first half. Mexico City obviously getting the football here to start the second half, and a good drive here, but this is where they've stalled out a couple different drives here in this area of the field.
Sipe in trouble, taken down. DC gets the stop, and it's 4th down. They force a Mexico City punt at the most opportune time.
Mike Wagoner, 2nd sack of the evening. And man, the guy moves like he's only, you know, $180, but he's 350 plus. Good spin move there on the line to get to Jordan Sipe for the 2nd time and halt the drive. And it's another punt here from about midfield.
That is awesome. That's awesome. 4th down and 10. 10-3 Mexico City, and DC is going to get this ball back with a chance to tie it and get us back to even keel. It'll be a bounce at the 6 and then into the end zone. Nothing doing past that. And this will come out to the 20-yard line. First drive of the second half for DC. Halftime adjustments on tap. And we'll see what Shabazz Synergy and company have for us. One thing that both quarterbacks have done is take care of the ball in this game. Knock on wood.
Yep, knock on wood. No interceptions for either of these teams so far. And they've both done a really good job of making sure that they're taking care of the football. No turnovers at all.
Can't blame the broadcasters if this is what happens now. We knocked on wood. It'll be a handoff through the middle. It is not going to go very far. Harrison tried, and Mexico City's defensive line says no.
Yeah, Chance Wall in there on the stop. Very minimal gain, only about a half yard. Just par for the course that we've seen here tonight from DC.
In fact, again, no turnovers at all from either of these rosters. Again, we're going to knock on more wood. 2nd and 9. 6 and 16 left in this 3rd quarter already. Very quick moving game. Play action. Synergy has time, wings it right side towards the sideline, and that one's caught. What a missile from Shabazz Synergy, finds Connor Weston's 5th catch.
And that fooled the cameraman on that play, too. It's Shabazz Synergy doing a good job there with the play action. Fooled literally everybody, including our camera guys, and just threw an absolute dime to the near sideline there to get the first down yardage. And again, Curtis, they've been doing a good job there with the play action, with the rollouts. Offensive line for DC has been doing better with that than Mexico City.
1st and 10. Not quite to midfield yet. They're at the 31. This will be a handoff to Kevin Say, and he rolls his way forward like a ball of dough. It'll be 2nd and 3.
And a nice job there by Say. Good hole up the middle there. Avoids Osiris. Runs into the second defender. Dags coming up and playing run support from the safety. Good chunk of 7 yards there, and that's a recipe for success for the DC offense.
2nd and short, heavy eye look, offset eye. There's plenty of defensive linemen there. They're thinking run into Chuck Steller, fullback, and it's on the ground, and it's Mexico City picking it up. Guess who? It's John Fowler with the recovery. Jeffrey Dags forcing the fumble.
Well, you had to mention it, Curtis. We had a nice clean game going, and
I knocked on all of the wood. It's not my fault. Hold on to the ball, Chuck. Hold on to the ball.
Man, oh man. I mean, what a play there. I can't get over it. We're going to blame you, Curtis. It's all your fault.
That's always my fault. Blame the play-by-play guy. It's 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Delayed handoff. It is a run, and Ray Bentley has 5 more yards for his total. Oh, that's, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it had a good run there to start. And Mexico City right now, they need to take advantage of the turnover. I mean, we've seen that there has not been, again, knock on wood, there has not been a whole lot of turnovers in this ball game. Got to take advantage of them when your team could get one and get points off the turnover.
If I keep knocking, I think my family's going to think somebody's at the door. That should have been picked off, and it is incomplete as that one came in and out of the hands of the defender. 3rd and 5 coming up.
And that's the difference between you and me, Curtis. I've got better wood. Wait, pause.
I can't believe you just said that. Oh,
it's
man.
SFL after dark, man. Come on.
Oh, 3rd and 5 coming up. We just went up a content rating. 3rd and 5, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Jordan Sipe throws. That one's caught. And that's down to the 26-yard line. Noe Terrazas, who had the big strike earlier, gets him another 1st down.
Yeah, and he's been the bell cow through this passing attack here. I mean, and obviously, primarily, most of his yards came on that breakout play for the score. But he's been doing this all night long, specifically on that route, on that post route there. And, man, just another good job by Sipe finding Terrazas, and you see his numbers over $120.
Chat loves you, by the way. 1st and 10. 1st and 10, nickel look on defense for DC. Mexico City trying to pour it on here through the middle, and that is not going to do much. 1-yard gain going forward.
Chat loves me, but Dags is probably writing my pink slip as we speak.
He's got you in all caps. He's not happy.
Sorry, Dags. Love you, buddy.
3 to the left, 1 to the right. Handoff right side, stop in the backfield. And this becomes a big 3rd down. Holding Mexico City to a 3-point try is top of the priority list right now for the DC defense.
Yeah, definitely. And you're right on the cusp of field goal range again. Wagner is a guy to watch. He's gotten 2 sacks tonight, both in key 3rd down situations. We'll see if he can get another one here.
Sipe looks, pressure coming from the back. He'll take off. Trying to get the 1st down. He's taken down at 2 yards short of the 1st down marker. And Mexico City will have to try for this field goal. More identical stats in the team stats sheet in front of you. A 36-yard try for Chaz Blackwater to make it a 2-possession game. From the left hash, snap good, hold good, kick is up and on the way. It is up, and it is through with no issue. 7 plays, 29 yards after the fumble recovery by John Fowler, and the Aztecs take a 10-point lead.
And that's what you needed to do there. You needed to get the points off of turnovers. Obviously, you wanted to hit pay dirt and get the full 7 points. But, I mean, it still makes it a two-possession game. DC, especially in a game like this, I mean, they're going to have to start taking advantage of some opportunities that they have. Run game isn't working for them. Might have to work it a little bit more in the passing attack.
See how they do. You're watching Simulation Football League action here on the Virtual Football Network this week with 11 SFL teams on bye. It's SFL tonight through Saturday, and the UFL is back Sunday and Monday. SFL action returns Thursday, and SFL Week 9 kicks off next week Friday with Mike and Gerald at 7:45 p.m. Eastern, right here on an exciting week on the Virtual Football Network. First and 10 for DC with 3:06 left in this third quarter. Trying to get themselves some points, get it back to a one-possession game. Kevin Say on the handoff, and that is Saran Yates, fourth is down. Trying to get up, and he is having a problem doing so. Second injury of the day for Mexico City. Jacob Morrison went down with a concussion earlier, and he is ruled out. Now Saran Yates going to take a turn in the medical tent.
Yeah, and he was a big offseason signing coming over from Indianapolis. Really shores up that middle of the defensive front there. He's going to be a big loss if he's not able to come back. He's a huge reason why Fowler and Osiris and those linebackers for the Aztecs are eating.
Yeah. And that could open up a world of opportunities for the Dragons offense. Heavy eye look. Synergy rolls into his running back and actually makes the catch, or makes the completion anyway. Lauren Percoco, only her second catch of the day. It's 1st and 10.
Yeah, but both clutch catches, and Shabazz knows that Percoco is the safety blanket, does a nice job just letting the routes develop. A couple different Dragons in the same area there, but Percoco knows exactly what to do with the football if it's even thrown a fraction her way.
Yeah, Connor Weston was there, and he's just like standing there. He's like, okay, if this comes to me, fantastic, but if not, I see Lauren out of the periphery. No problem. 1st and 10 for the Dragons. At the 33, handoff, and Kevin Say goes absolutely nowhere. That is a couple of yard loss, 2nd and 13.
Yolia doing a good job there, making the stop, limiting, again, this rushing attack. And we've seen Kevin Say with breakout games, but Mexico City has done a great job all night long getting TFLs, putting the Dragons behind schedule.
3 bunch left. That's going to be a handoff for Harrison. Gets a couple of yards back, 5 to be exact. Makes the 3rd and slightly more manageable at 3rd and 8. Now a big-time play needed from Shabazz Synergy and company.
Yeah, it definitely opens up the playbook a little bit more, but they're going to have to get this 3rd down conversion. You don't know exactly how many chances you're going to get in a game like this.
Got to find it. 5 wide for Synergy. Dime look on defense for Mexico City. Biggest 3rd down of the game so far. Synergy throws. That's picked off. Interception. It's a one-handed pick. That's your Retroid nice hands catch of the game for Merrick Terra.
Man, oh man, Merrick Terra. Let's get another look at this. I could not help but just say wow as I watched this play. Hand fighting along the line there with the receiver Shanahan and just locating the football, not even going his receiver's way, comes out and just snags that one with one big mitt. 2nd turnover of the game here for Mexico City.
Also going away from the play. That is hard to do, what Itera just did. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it. SFL 4K23. Go to GoRetroid.com. That's going to be a handoff right side for Ray Bentley. 2nd and 8. This is the 2nd time in 2 drives that Mexico City has forced a turnover in DC's defensive end. And they got 3 points out of it last time. They can really put a stake in the heart potentially in this game if they're able to get a touchdown here.
Yeah, this puts the momentum firmly in the Aztecs' hands. What they choose to do with it, that is up to them at this point.
Looking to throw this. That's a catch down the left side for Bartley, and he's got himself a 1st down in the red zone. Not Bartley. That is Onus Adobe's first catch. Apologies.
And I couldn't tell what exactly DC was coming out with defensively. It looked like maybe just a mismatch up on the line there as Adobe able to spring free right away. And that was an easy pitch and catch there for Sipe to find Adobe. And, I mean, you look at his numbers. He's been very efficient today despite being sacked 3 times.
Yeah, his offensive line has been a little bit suspect in spots, but he's been able to get the ball out of his hands pretty quickly. That's a Bentley's pitch play, left side, trying to get to the sideline. He steps out of bounds just short. Actually, they gave him the 1st down, interestingly enough. 1st and goal for Mexico City.
Yeah, I was with you, Curtis. At first glance here, it looked like maybe he stepped out before the line to gain, but maybe, well, no, he did stay in bounds, it looked like, possibly.
Well, that's a tough angle. I think we may get a second look at this.
See if DC wants to throw the challenge flag.
It doesn't matter, I think, is the better question. Would they rather just keep the challenge? They may. First and goal. They will snap it. Sipe looks, throws short on the comeback route. That is second and goal after a 2-yard gain. And at the stop for the linebacker, Nick Fargo.
Yeah, I think Sipe was just trying to see what he could get out of that play. Really not a whole lot of options there. Just going to go ahead and throw the crosser to Bartley, see if he can make the play. Ends up DC stop right there, and that brings us to the end of 3.
Put your fours up along with associated numbers of those fallen. And it is 13-3 Mexico City over DC in our nation's capital. Chris Curtis, Eric Vincent in the broadcast booth with you this evening as we have a fourth quarter on the horizon. 13-3 Mexico City knocking on the door from the 7-yard line, trying to find it. I formation. Sipe, quick throw towards the 1. Gets taken down at the 1-yard line. Third and goal. Bill Henry just about pinballed his way into the end zone, but he couldn't plinko his way home.
Just about. I mean, it looked like it was going towards that $25,000 space, and just at the last second, veered left to the zeros.
Didn't quite get it the way he wanted it. And now here comes the Aztecs on a third and goal from the 1-yard line. This looks like Bentley territory right here. That's what they try. Bentley not going to get there. Big time stop from the DC defense. Fourth and goal. A field goal upcoming, and it keeps it at a 2-possession game. Chaz Blackwater from 19 yards. Left hash, extra point. Well, extra point distance. Its kick is up, and it is good. So a 13-point game with 9:01 left. This has been a masterclass in forcing turnovers from Mexico City. DC, middle of the pack in turnover differential, Eric. They've struggled a little bit on that front in the third quarter, and they may pay the price for it.
Agreed, but not to be discounted, DC's defense has done a very good job. After those turnovers have happened, they've limited Mexico City to 2 field goals to make this still reachable with 9 minutes to go in regulation.
How many likes do we have on this video so far? I'll give you a hint. It's not enough. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you get notifications on so you won't miss a minute of SFL and SFLM action to help the channel grow through your support. Don't forget UFL action on there as well. Chuck Stellar with the flip outside, and that is not going to go very far. 2nd and 12.
Yeah, just about every single play. I can recall 3 times now that they have tried to run that play, and Max Jackson has been in on every single one of them.
Yeah, Stellar has had one good pitch play off that, but then he fumbled on that same play. And Max Jackson's the one, or no, it was Dags on that one who forced the fumble. This will be a handoff right side. Kevin Say taken down. 3rd and 14. And Yolia comes up with a stop there. DC's offense at a standstill right now.
And say that Mexico City is flirting with disaster, sending all those bodies in to clog the run game. All it takes is just one little move there from Kevin Say, which he is capable of, and he is off to the races.
Synergy's got to find something downfield. 3rd and 14. Got to get a first down here. They do not want to go 3 and out on this drive. Synergy back to throw. Rolls out. Needs it. Got it. Oh, it's off the sideline. It's out of bounds. Oh, man, that's Connor Weston. I think they may have a second look at it, but it looked like it was out of bounds to me.
Yeah, it did look like maybe his feet went out of bounds as he caught it, but DC's going to challenge it anyway. You got nothing to lose. You got to throw the red flag.
You got to try it. Yep, I completely agree. We'll see if the refs take a second look and see what we saw. And they need video evidence to overturn it. We're going to take a retroactive look at the play brought to you by Retroid. Let's see what number 11 has under the hood. That is Weston. Where does the foot land? There's 1 foot, and 2nd foot is out of bounds. That should be a held-up call. Yep, there it is. So don't look now, but that's a missed challenge. Also, DC charged a timeout, Eric, and 80s Mike Ditko over there on the sideline does not like it. And it's fourth down. DC will have to punt it away.
Yeah, and you had to throw the flag there just in case. But, I mean, really, that was just a missed throw by Shabazz Synergy. I mean, Weston was wide open along that far sideline, couldn't get it to him, and just a missed opportunity overall for the Dragons.
That is a good punt. That's going to reverse the field out to the 30, to the 35, and return to the 44-yard line. So still good field position for Mexico City coming into this drive, and this is where they can really put the dagger home. A touchdown here, I think, puts us out of reach.
Yeah, absolutely. And go ahead and just run your offense the way that you've been running it all game long. Been doing a nice job with chewing the clock, time possession. I mean, there's really nothing different that you have to do here.
Need every bit of it. 16-3, Mexico City up in this game. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. 3-2 look on defense for DC. Showing they might send some extra help, and they send some help on the run. That'll be a 1-yard gain, no further for Ray Bentley, and we should see a lot more of that as Nick Fargo comes up with the stop.
Yeah, and the secondary piece of that is that DC is going to be aware that Mexico City is going to want to chew some clock. They're going to want to run the football. You know, they're going to key in on that, and there's probably not going to be a whole lot of yards to speak of, but the clock will chew up.
If they force him into 3rd and long, maybe they don't. That's caught, though, down the left side. A one-on-one battle down there, and Terrazas wins it on this occasion.
Yeah, it's been the Noe Terrazas show here tonight. I mean, just what a play there. Jordan Sipe, good throw there, and in one-on-one coverage. Terrazas just doing a better job with locating the football and reeling that one in. And that's what we've seen Mexico City's offense do tonight, is they've been focusing on the run game. They realize they're not getting a whole lot. They find their opportunities in the passing attack, and the Mexico City's receivers have just been better.
Sipe, right side. That one's caught. That was the safety coming up to try to take that one away. Bartley's going to get the long completion, and they are 1st and 10 at about the 10-yard line.
And again, I don't blame the safeties for coming up and trying to make the play here.
Yeah.
But that's exactly why that play broke free for a little bit more. Peanut Say wanted the turnover, shift things a little bit more in favor for the Dragons, but instead it's another 1st down for the Aztecs.
And that tells you the story right there. 200 of his 270 yards down the middle of the field for Jordan Sipe. See if they go back there. They do. End zone, incomplete, nearly picked off. 2nd and 10. You almost start to run out of room down here. See if they can do something. Tyler Highfield in the area.
Yeah, and that is something to focus on as well, is that Mexico City has done well with the 2nd level passing attack, not really within the 1st level near the line of scrimmage. And when you're at the 11-yard line, there's really not a whole lot of options that you have available to you that are going to be those chunk plays in the 2nd level of the defense. Second
and long. That's Bentley to the outside trying to break the tackle. He'll roll his way forward. 3rd and 4 coming up. They can still get a 1st down at the half-yard line.
I don't think they're really focused too much on that. They'd love to get a touchdown here and really break this game open, but field goal certainly doesn't do DC any favors either.
Here we go, 3rd and 4, big time play on 3rd down. DC trying to stand on their head for a 3rd consecutive time. Sipe backs it up, looks, throws, end zone, picked off right at the 2, and then fumbled and picked up by Mexico City. 1st and goal, they change possession, so Mexico City gets a new set of downs at the 9-yard line.
Man, oh man, I mean, if that just doesn't sum up DC's night, I mean, oh my goodness. Just when you get that opportunity, you pick off Sipe finally, you get a turnover off of him, and you can't hold on to the football. O.C. Lodel able to grab the ball, keep the possession for Mexico City, and now it's more clock being chewed up by the Aztecs here.
Well, that's a way to get a 1st down, maybe not by design. Bentley's going to take it for 4 yards, get it to the 5, 2nd and goal.
And I think Jordan Sipe actually forced the fumble too, which is kind of wild as well.
Man, that's a play of the week if that's the case.
No kidding.
Wow. Yeah, you become a defender in that spot, but it's hard to think about in that hard situation. That's going to be a mesh route over the middle. It's caught. 3rd and goal, gets down to the 4-yard line. Fargo gets the stop. Bill Henry on the catch. And here comes 3rd and goal from the 4. We're right back where we started, except for a couple yards back.
Yep, and more importantly, more clock not available to DC to get back in this football game.
Yep, less clock available for sure. Heavy I formation. Mexico City trying to put their finishing touches on this, and Bentley's going to get taken down. 4th and goal, should be a field goal attempt for the Aztecs to make it a 16-point lead.
And a good job by Seed Gore to get in there and make the one-on-one open field tackle, forcing another Blackwater field goal attempt. He's been perfect tonight.
Left hash, another essentially an extra point. Snap is good. Hold good, kick up and on the way. It is up and it is through from Chaz Blackwater. 10 plays, 54 yards. I almost wonder if that starts a new drive off the fumble. That's an interesting stat question for you. But either way, it is a still 2-possession lead. DC has an outside chance, but I almost get the feeling that this one's not done yet.
You know, you do get that feeling, especially with these DC Dragons. You never quite know what to expect with their ball games.
This is returnable for Harrison. He's going to get it through. That's a spin move. Down to the outside. He's taken down at the 32-yard line. Week 9 of SFL Season 24 rolls on Saturday, headlined by 2 teams on the rise. The 5-3 Carolina Skyhawks versus the 5-1 Washington Trident at 9:15 p.m. Eastern. Other matchups include Atlanta, Chicago, Lexington, Queen City, and Nashville, Pittsburgh, starting at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, all right here on the Virtual Football Network. DC, got to make something happen with 4 intacts left in this game. First and 10. Synergy going to try to find something to work with. Maybe got to focus a little bit on Lauren Percoco. See if they go her way. That is incomplete. That was a hard hit that Percoco just took. And it looked like she didn't get a hand on the football. PI maybe, but it wasn't called.
Yep, no call there. And did look like Synergy was trying to go Percoco's way on that one. Not a great throw. I wouldn't necessarily want to throw it low in that situation, at least not that low.
No. Yeah.
But it stops the clock.
It does. 2nd and 10. Clock not their friend right now. 5 wide. See what the Dragons have. A lot of defensive backs in the game for Mexico City. Pressure coming. Throw right side. That's tipped. And it point goes towards the sideline. Incomplete. Percoco again, the intended target. 3rd and long.
And I think the Dragons are trying to go to their big play threat, Percoco, and see if they can just almost force her to the ball, because they know that she is a matchup nightmare for any defense, especially when Mexico City wants to come out in a man defense. She's up towards the top of the formation.
Yep, that's where she's at. Look for Connor Weston in the spot as well. Synergy in trouble. Throws left side. That one's caught. And that is a first down. They finally found a way to get them involved. That's a 1st and 10 for the Dragons.
Yeah, Jay Hayden, first catch of the evening. Yep. Came wide open free there as the defense was focusing more on the interior of that play. Good job by Shabazz to recognize that and get the easy completion.
1st and 10 for the Dragons. They get something done right here. They're just shy of midfield. Home crowd on pins and needles trying to find a way to will their team to get at least within a score. Single back look. Nickel look on defense for Mexico City. 1st and 10. Synergy backs up. Looks, gets it out of his hands, and it's picked off. Back the other way. Guess who? Jeffrey Daggs with the missile lock. Finds the ball. 1st and 10 Mexico City, and that may very well do it.
And that is why he is a Hall of Famer. I mean, just watch him. Looking at the quarterback's eyes the entire way, understands that the football is going to be overthrown, closes in on it. Great pick there from Jeffrey Daggs. And I'm with you, Curtis. I think that one might seal it. Mm-hmm. And that's the 2nd interception for Daggs on the season.
Yeah, it is. Mike Daggs in the chat going, "That's my boy!" Again, for the 2nd time. Bill Henry's also his boy. This will be a throw for sight and comes across the formation. An interesting play design there, but it doesn't do what was needed. Nick Fargo puts up the number 1 sign, and that is going to be a 1st or 2nd and long coming.
Yeah, Terrazas had to come back to the football there. Just kind of negates all progress that play was really going to make. But, I mean, the key piece of it all is that tackled in the field of play, clock's going to roll. Mexico City up by 16 points. They don't necessarily care about yardage at this point.
No, they don't. They just care about chewing that clock up as much as possible here. 10 seconds on the play clock. They can get it down to 3:20 before this ball is snapped if they choose to. I formation look. They will snap it there. Pitch play. Bray Bentley breaks through a tackle and a couple of tackles and gets himself 5 yards. Talking about making something out of nothing there. Whole stadium knows you're going to run the ball, and he still finds a way to eke his way through for 5 yards.
Oh, and that says a lot about the type of game that we've seen tonight, too, where that's one of the best runs of the evening. I mean, there's just been absolutely nothing for either of these running back rooms for either team. And great job there by Bentley to just shimmy his way through the sea of humanity in the middle of that field to get 5 yards.
Well, there was humanity there. No doubt about that. 3rd and 5. 16-point game. This can probably bring us down to the 2-minute warning if they play it right. Sipe will throw downfield, incomplete. So an interesting choice of targets there. Stops the clock, and it's 4th down. They'll have to give the ball back to DC. Interesting strategy.
Yeah, and I think maybe they thought, you know, the 3rd and 5 range, that was maybe a little bit too much to run the football there, despite being able to just chew up some more clock, even if they didn't get the 1st down. They wanted to make sure that they kept the football.
And they will punt this one away down to the left side. Bounces to the 7 and then into the end zone. Not a lot of side bounce from this football today, at the very least. 2.5 minutes to go.
And still a little bit of life here for the Dragons. I mean, 2 timeouts to work with, 2.5 minutes to go in regulation. 2 touchdowns, 2 2-point conversions, and we got a tie ball game.
That's a lot to ask for, and Synergy has not had his greatest 10-throw stretch of his career, so we'll see if he can correct it basically right now. Again, they're not known for their quick strike offense, but they really need it to come alive here. In a game they would have really liked to have. Throw left side, incomplete. Tipped away. That was in the hands of the receiver, but Mercatera and company say no.
And that's the problem with a route combination like that, where the defense is coming out in a man defense. There's just too many bodies in the area. It's hard to navigate where to throw the football without putting it in danger.
2nd and 10. Dime formation look for Mexico City. They know that they're going to be throwing the football. 2 safeties deep as well. 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Synergy has the football, backs up 2 steps, throws, and it's nearly intercepted one more time. John Fowler again making an impact.
John Fowler has had one heck of a game from his linebacker spot.
Yeah.
I mean, tackles galore. He's had a couple of those where he just drops back into coverage. Synergy hasn't seen him, and it's a pass deflection. Just good all-around game here for the linebacker.
3rd and 10. Just north of 2 minutes left in this football game. Synergy in the gun. Throws over the middle, and that is not going to find the target. They're in 4-down territory, so expect this to be a play.
Yep, absolutely. And with the blitz coming, Synergy didn't have a whole lot of time. Clock was going off in his head. Had to get rid of the football. Inaccurate throw. He's lucky that one wasn't picked.
Dragons faithful, letting us know what they think about what has transpired here in the last little bit. Synergy in trouble, taken down, gets the ball away, doesn't matter. Fowler with the deflection, 1st and 10 Mexico City, and they can kneel the clock out.
And Shanahan, I mean, he's got to have that. I couldn't quite tell if it was Fowler that had tipped it originally or Shanahan got his mitts on it first. Either way, that's a play that you need to make for your quarterback, especially being in the deficit that you're in. And like you said, Curtis, I mean, DC with only 2 timeouts, it's really only going to take maybe a 1st down or 2, and Mexico City's going to have this one in the bag.
This will bring us to the 2-minute warning after this play. The whole stadium knows it's going to be a run. It is. Ray Bentley doesn't care if the whole stadium knows. He's going to get the 1st. No! I thought he had the 1st down anyway. 2nd and 1. He'll get it to the 2-minute warning.
Oh, you could tell that he knew what the situation was, too. Trying to outstretch that ball a little bit, get the necessary yardage to move the sticks. But a good 9-yard gain as that takes us to 2 minutes.
120 seconds left in the football game. DC down at home. And it looks like they may be feeling the sting of defeat to the Mexico City Aztecs as it sits right now. 1 first down needed for Mexico City. And then it's curtains. Sipe in trouble. Gonna try to get around. He does!
Wow.
First down! Touchdown! Wow! Jordan Sipe with the exclamation point.
Absolutely unbelievable. He was dead to rights in the backfield. He had nowhere to go. And then somehow is able to find space. And then not only find space to get the first down, but then gets the game-sealing touchdown. I mean, what a play by Jordan Sipe. He really has had a fantastic game tonight, has taken care of the football collectively, and Mexico City is going to win as a result.
Yeah, that's Chaz Blackwater's extra point. It is up, and it is through. 26-3. Man, this was a game that was 10-3 at the half, and DC has been blanked in this second half with not a lot going for it. Wow.
Only 58 total yards, Curtis, that the Mexico City defense has allowed on DC. I mean, absolutely masterclass of a defensive product here for the second half for the Aztecs.
Yeah, shout out to the coaching staff from Mexico City who put this game plan together. This was a stellar effort by those guys. DC going to be licking their wounds for sure coming up for the rest of the season. This is going to be one to look back on. 1st and 10. DC going to try to find something to write home about here. Quick throw. That one's caught. 8 yards given up there. And the 2-minute warning, or I'm sorry, timeout taken by the Dragons.
Yeah, and the key part of this, and we talked about it coming into it, I mean, we're over halfway through the season. Both these teams vying for playoff position. DC's got a division matchup against Lexington coming up next week, and they're not going to have long to lick their wounds from this one.
No, Lexington has been playing some really good ball lately as well, so that is going to be one to watch next week. Throw right side, that one is incomplete, as that one found the ground first. 3rd and 2, DC with the clock stopped and 1:45 to go.
Yeah, Shanahan, the intended receiver on that one, just hasn't had his best stuff tonight.
No,
hasn't made those catches that Synergy needed him to make, and the big play opportunities there that have fallen by the wayside.
5 wide for DC. Not quite your ball game, but it's real close. Synergy throws. It is caught past the 40 to the 42-yard line. DC takes their second timeout.
And good job by Shanahan actually securing the catch on that one there. Obviously heard me talking smack about him in the broadcast booth. Make sure to secure that one after the hit. Thought they were maybe going to Percoco's way on the crosser there, just a little in route, but instead they went Shanahan.
Throw. And a little bit of a dump off, and that did not go according to plan. They'll get 2 from it. Clock continues to go, 90 seconds to go. This will be a throw for Synergy. Backs up, throws it to the outside. Has an open field to run with for Harrison, and he'll get himself 5. 3rd and 3. They'll finish the no-huddle sequence here. In theory, offset eye. Synergy backs up, 5 steps, throws left side, and that's incomplete. 4th down, 1:14 to go, and they'll huddle up for one last play potentially.
Yeah, and just not a great formation either to really run the no-huddle offense out of. Really limited options as far as the route trees are concerned. And really the only options are your running backs or your fullback to come out of the backfield and be the pass catchers. Not a recipe for success there.
Noe Terrazas, John Fowler, get your Spotlight Players of the Week from Mike Daggs in the chat. I think that's a worthwhile selection on both of those sides of the ball.
Agreed.
4th down and 3. Dime look on defense for Mexico City. Trying to find the stop tip at the line, and that's going to do it. Mexico City, 1 play and then kneel down, and that should be it for this game.
That was just a great job there, and that's all you want out of your defensive line is to leap up and make a play, and that's Sean Ellis. He's one of the backup defensive ends coming in there and getting some snaps, and just a great job. Knew he wasn't going to get to the quarterback, engaged with the offensive lineman, leaped up, batted it down, and it's taco time for the Aztecs.
Taco time indeed. Victory tacos taste so much better then defeat Tacos, no doubt. 2nd and 12 as the kneel down happens. Minute to go in Washington, D.C. We talked about the D.C. game next week against Lexington. How about a bye week for Mexico City? And then this is a great time to go on a bye week. And then they also have Lexington in Lexington. So both these teams had hit into play against the boys from the Miners from Lexington.
Well, and that's why this game was so important. I mean, not only from a divisional aspect, but just based off of how the schedules were going to balance out. I mean, DC's got to finish off their tour of the South Division as well. They played Mexico City. They already got the victory a couple weeks ago against Fort Worth. They're going to have Houston in Houston in a couple weeks as well. So it certainly doesn't get any easier, as they've got divisional matchups. They've got tough teams that they're playing. Really, the only team in the last game of their schedule is Oklahoma City, who has yet to find the win column. And that one might be maybe an easier task than some of these other teams that they're playing towards the tail end of the season.
All of the teams on Mexico City's remaining schedule, with the exception of Arizona, are over 500 at this point, and Arizona's at 500. So they have a heck of a schedule remaining on their side as well. So this made this game way more important. 26-3, the Aztecs come out on top over the DC Dragons. Eric, let's put a bow on this one.
Yeah, I mean, what more can you say? I mean, Mexico City just came out of the locker room in the second half and just dominated. Top to bottom, did a great job against this Dragon offense, limiting them, like we said, to about 58 yards or so in the second half of play. And, I mean, that's saying a lot from weapons like Shabazz Synergy, Kevin Say, Lauren Prococo. I mean, great job by Mexico City across the board. Well-deserved win for them.
Yeah, very, very good work. 26-3, a well-rounded effort from Mexico City. They forced 3 turnovers from the DC Dragons as well, which was not something you could say in the first half. Just a fun game all told. 26-3, the final score for Eric Vincent and Cameron Irvine. I'm Chris Curtis saying goodbye and good night from Washington, D.C. For more information on the SFL, head over to simfl.net. Have a good night, everybody, from us at VFN.